Thank you for watching Checkpoint and welcome back. Communities in Taita Taveta are transforming community land into a thriving community-owned wildlife conservancies. So far, 8 conservancies have adopted a tourism circuit model designed to attract visitors, generate income, and ensure long-term tourism sustainability. The tourism circuit, developed by the conservancies with the aid of the Taita Taveta Wildlife Conservancy Association, Africa Wildlife Foundations and the TUI Foundation, is promoting wildlife conservation while creating jobs, supporting education and improving livelihoods for the local residents. Ali Manzu reports from the heart of Taita Taveta County.
Nestled in the southeastern part of Kenya lies the Taita Taveta County, a county with an area of 17,084 square kilometers. This county is the proud guardian of some of Africa's most iconic wildlife, anchored by the legendary Tsavo East and Tsavo West National Parks. Beyond the parks, the land opens into expansive grazing zones accounting to 24% of devolved unit, where community conservancies, private ranches and community reserves coexist with nature. These parks cover an area of approximately 10,650 square kilometers, equivalent to 62% of the total land area of Taita Taveta County. At the center of the tourism circuit lie 8 community conservancies covering a total area of 265,493 acres of land. These reserves, which are rich in wildlife habitats, are blending with diverse wildlife habitations and flourishing indigenous tree species, and among them is the expansive Mreno Community Conservancy covering 53,000 acres alongside the 51,694 acres Kasigao Community Conservancy. Also contributing to the remarkable network Maungu Community Conservancy at 53,399 acres, the 28,000-acre Taita Hills Community Conservancy and the 25,000-acre Choke Community Conservancy. Further strengthening the conservation efforts are 48,000-acre Lumo Community Conservancy, the 5,000-acre Taita Community Conservancy and the 1,400-acre Lake Jipe Community Conservancy. These 8 conservancies are members of the Taita Taveta Community Conservancy Association (TTWCA) and have various tourist attractions.
We are a wildlife corridor in between Tsavo East and Tsavo West, and as a conservancy we do our best to take care of the animals, especially the wildlife, but we also have livestock with us, and that is also one of our core businesses that we do. And the wildlife and the livestock do exist together very well.
Katika ile survey imefanyika, vivutio ni vingi. Na vivutio vingi bado havijaboreshwa ama havijawahi kutangazwa ama havijawahi kuwa marketed. Kwa hivyo kutokana na huu mradi wa tourism circuit, tumeona kwamba utatusaidia kuzitangaza ama kuzimarket hivyo vivutio.
Tunashirikiana na washikadau kama vile Taita Taveta Conservancies Association pamoja na TECA ambayo ni Taita Estate Conservation Area katika kuleta ile collaboration kuhakikisha kwamba jamii pamoja na landowners wanapata faida kutokana na rasilimali ambayo ni wanyamapori kupitia utalii. Jamii zina ufahamu kwa kama eneo hifadhi ambazo zinapakana na jamii na zingine zinamilikiwa na jamii, zinaelewa kwamba umuhimu wa kuwa na hizi eneo hifadhi karibu na wao.
For many, the mere mention of the vast Taita Taveta landmass initially invokes the images of legendary Tsavo East and Tsavo West National Parks, icons of wildlife heritage in Kenya. Yet, behind these celebrated parks lies a hidden treasure. a network of community conservancies filled with a wealth of natural tourist attractions, cultural heritage quietly existing outside the limelight. Due to this challenge, the locals who are owners of the community land have joined forces with the Taita Taveta Wildlife Conservancies Association (TTWCA) and other stakeholders in the conservation sectors, and together they are shaping a vibrant tourism circuit designed to elevate community conservancies, celebrate local stewardship, and bring these remarkable landscapes into the limelight they deserve.
This is more of a pathway that showcases the various opportunities from even the starting point. If you go maybe to Savo East and Savo West, after that, where are the opportunities for you even to view wildlife, to view the nice scenery within Taita Taveta, so that we can even stay more. So the ultimate goal is for these tourists to spend more time within the landscape and ensure that they're able to get that tourism experience, but at the same time help our membership to generate revenues.
Creating value for wildlife, we usually say Taita is endowed with a lot of natural resources, specifically the wildlife that surrounds us. So we have quite a number of ranches and conservancies. We have the national parks, we have the forests. So creating value is to ensure that our people tap on the natural resources that are within and actually get, it makes economic sense to them, as well as it making biological sense to our wildlife. Tourism circuit is a plan that identifies the opportunities that exist to maximize on the wildlife resource that we have, as well as the forests, the mines, and also other natural resources within Taita Taveta County. So what the tourism circuit did is to create that linkage between ranches, between communities, to ensure that visitors who are coming get value for their money.
And again, you are sampling different products within that particular circuit. Apart from maybe sampling wildlife, maybe you can also sample like basketry. You can also sample like, you can do hiking. There are different tourism products within a circuit.
We want to allow the guests to experience all the beauty which this part of Taita Taveta has to offer, and benefit also the communities to allow them to also come and see what is also just outside their doorstep. Because a lot of the times, because these are private lands, we try to restrict the access due to security and safeguarding for everybody. So by doing this, we want to create the benefit of giving the locals as well opportunities to get an understanding of these animals, so that we can better create a cohabitat for both humans and the animals in a stronger symbiotic relationship.
Established in 2023 by the managers of the 8 community conservancies in Taita Taveta County, the tourism circuit breathing a new life to this expansive landscape and has begun to open up this vast area to tourists and showcase various attractions. Key features of the circuits including national parks, the Tsavo East and Tsavo West National Parks, cattle ranches and 8 community conservancies, natural tourism attractions such as Taita Hills, Mount Kasigau, Lake Chala, Lake Jipe, and several natural indigenous forests. Cultural attractions such as cultural community centers for arts and crafts and traditions and customs. Other attractions include wildlife game reserve, hiking, cultural tours, eco-friendly stays, and community-led experiences.
Looking at the tourism component, of course, we've got a tourism circuit plan in place. That, of course, it's more of a foundation that we've started as an organization and its membership. So just looking at how we are going to mobilize the resources around tourism, because it clearly highlights the various products, cost-benefit analysis, the different opportunities that we have within our members, and even at the community level.
How we looked at it, the tourism circuit is actually a foundation, a plan, and it does not belong to AWF, it does not belong to TTWC or Taita Taveta Wildlife Conservancies Association. No, it's a holistic document that also actually plugs into, let's say, the county investment plan or policy that exists. So it's a document that will be used over time by many other partners or actors who have that vision of creating value for wildlife and for people.
You know, there are what we call tourism niche. There are clients who are interested in maybe wildlife. There are some who are interested in bird watching. There are some who are interested in hiking. There are some who are interested in heritage. Like for instance, in our place here, we are having a heritage product.
Kwa muda mwingi Tsavo imekuwa ikijulikana tu kwa mbuga ya Tsavo West na Tsavo East, lakini kuna zaidi ya conservancies 30 hapa Taita Taveta County na ziko na opportunities mingi. So kupitia the tourism circuit plan na kupitia kuitekeleza, utakuta kuna so many tourism products ambazo tunaweza kuzitap.
So it will be able to empower more people getting employment, especially in Taita, our own people, than having to source out for people from other counties. Apart from only employment, at least the community will see the importance of the wildlife, so that there will be less poaching, and people will be able to know, you know, how important it is to preserve the wildlife and the trees. People forget about the trees.
The Taita Taveta Wildlife Conservancy Association, alongside with other stakeholders in the conservation sector, is helping communities transform their culture, conservation, and their creativity through a locally owned tourism circuit. A circuit that generates income for the community while enhancing wildlife conservation, stopping wildlife poaching as it attracts tourism.
We were able to do 2 boreholes. One is within the Taita Hill Sanctuary that provides water for wildlife. So we limit the wildlife going out to community areas in search of water, especially during the extended dry periods. And then now we have another borehole within a community area called the Wadane Cooperative. So that one has access points for both livestock and the people. So that is how we looked at it. The second component is on livelihoods and specifically farming systems.
The 2 components within the project also interlink, because you're looking at the tourism component, but then again also bringing the community enterprise. So how do we even embed the various community enterprises like basketry, leather, of course even looking at culture to that tourism component, so that now you can have a whole package that you can market, the landscape.
Tumegundua kwamba kutokana na sensa zile tunafanya, wanyama 70% wako katika hizi hifadhi za jamii, na kwa hivyo inakuwa ni kivutio kikubwa sana kwa watalii. Na kutokana na hiyo ndo tunajaribu kuboresha hizi hifadhi za jamii ili watalii waweze kuzijua na waweze kuzitembelea. Jamii tunawahusisha katika kutengeza hizi hifadhi za jamii. Wajamii wameweza kuhusishwa ili kuon hizi hifadhi na kuona matokeo yake ama kuona faida yake.
Jamii zina ufahamu kwa kama eneo hifadhi ambazo zinapakana na jamii na zingine zinamilikiwa na jamii, zinaelewa kwamba umuhimu wa kuwa na hizi eneo hifadhi karibu na wao, na pia kuna faida kadha wa kadha wameweza kuona.
Shaped by arid and semi-arid terrain, the vast land of Taita Taveta have transformed the community challenge to opportunity, and through the tourism circuit, the landscape now supports community empowering projects, breathing new life into local livelihoods, most notably through the art of basketry weaving. This timeless craft is deeply rooted in the heritage of the Wadawida community. In a land where sisal flourishes, and from its own strong fibers, skilled hands create beautifully woven baskets commonly known as vyondo. Today, these handcraft pieces do more than tell a story of culture and survival. They provide sustainable income for women groups, and the practice is also used as a tourist attraction.
We train them, we link up with the Taita sisal, they issue them with the seed, free seed. It's only the farmers to have the transport and pick the seed from the Taita sisal. So they go practice. The main aim is they come see and go practice. And then through the extension services from the county government, we follow them, we train them in how to plant, the spacing and all things, and the management.
Hii shamba ni ya sisal farm, ni demonstration farm ambayo iko under TTWCA. Tulikuja tukakubaliana na wao kwa sababu I'm an outgrower of Sisal, nyumbani niko na ukonge. So TTWCA vile walikuja wakaona interest na wakataka kusaidia community kwa upande wa kilimo cha ukonge. Sasa tukaja tukakubaliana, nikawapatia hapa mahali. So this is a demonstration farm ambapo aim tunataka to serve the community, tuwaelimishe juu ya upandaji wa ukonge.
Sana sana mara nyingi tunapanda mahindi, mvua inakatika katikati, ikawa sasa hakuna mazao. Tunatumia nguvu mingi, tunapanda, tunalimia, mbegu tunanunua, na at the end hakuna chochote tunapata. So ndo hawa TTWC wakakuja nayo mradi sasa tuanze kupanda ukonge. Ndo wakapanda hapa, hii ni demo farm yao, ndo wakatuleta hapa tukapata mafunzo na tukaona inatusaidia. So mimi nilipotoka hapa nikaenda nikapanda. So far nimeanza 5 acre kwa shamba langu.
They've got potential to do sisal farming. So this, as I said earlier, this is more of a foundation, setting up a model and even learning as an organization. Will this really work in Taita? Looking at the achievement that we've gotten into the project, then again, the future looks good in terms of now looking at other areas within Taita Taveta that we can also now upscale sisal farming for the benefits now of even linking that with basket weaving.
Beyond the art of basket weaving, youth and elders in the area are also actively contributing to the local economy through an innovative leather tanning project.
Also, we focused on leather, the leather enterprise, working with the youth. Of course, the youths are a critical component within our society, ensuring that we train them, we've trained them, we've provided enough capacity, raw materials, and we even linked them with local markets.
The holistic way we looked at it is the foundation is to have the tourism circuit. But then again, what are these products that have been identified that could plug into the tourism circuit? We have areas identified to be cultural centers or cultural sites. We have hotels that have curio shops. So the products being made from basketry, the products being finished by the leather tanner groups will actually be sold within the different sites that we have identified. That is how the basketry and the leather tanning plug into the tourism circuit.
It is a project that involves some locals in community conservation and activities to boost their economy. Apart from employment, it provides opportunities for the community to benefit in different ways through community lands.
Taita State Conservation Area and Choke Conservancy. So they've been able to come together, marshal their resources, do monitoring together to ensure that now they even build on the aspect of tourism so that now they can even showcase that this thing is working.
Scattered across the community conservancies are high-impact community projects that continue to unlock the value of community land, among them ecologies, tucked deep in the community reserves and forests. Apart from tourist attractions, these eco-camps have redefined tourism circuit as they offer an alternative to the conventional hotels in Tsavo National Parks, allowing visitors to experience wildlife culture and conservation.
We want to allow the guests to experience all the beauty which this part of Taita Taveta has to offer, and benefit also the communities to allow them to also come and see what is also just outside their doorstep.
One of the selling point ya Choke ni kwamba kuna gemstone mining, mine visits, ambapo ni one of a unique product within Taita Taveta conservancies, ambapo Choke peke yake naweza sema kwa sasa tuko katika ile nafasi nzuri ya kuuza hii product kimataifa.
It is an area surrounded by beautiful mountains, and apart from attracting both locals and non-locals tourists who explore scenic hiking trails, beyond their beauty, these mountains hold hidden wealth and are also a reserve of billions of precious gemstones and other minerals.
We have this beautiful mountain, Mount Kasigao. This is a selling point because it was used by the British during the First World War. So if you go up there, you'll see the trenches and the dikes which were used by the British. Two, the mountain, it is one of Eastern Arc Mountain. So it's globally significant to the world because of there's a bird you cannot see elsewhere in the world, only in Mount Kasigao, that is Taita white eye. We have 3 species which are very unique.
Kwanza kabisa kuna partnership ambayo tuko nayo kati ya Choke Conservancy na Taita Estate Conservancy Conservation Area, ambayo huu muungano umekuja pamoja kwa ajili ya kuweza leverage on different strengths ambazo ziko kati ya Choke pamoja na Teka.
We always have an itch for an exciting adventure, and mining would always give you that because everybody wants the adventure and the excitement of finding that gemstone, whichever it might be. They're always stunning, they're always beautiful, and I think it's always nice for guests as well to get to experience.
These community conservancies, located inside the community land in the ecological system of the southeastern part of Taita Taveta County, have invested in sustainable development, a situation that will prolong it for a long time.
I would like for the conservancies to get more support, especially in tourism, because most conservancies depend on the cattle, and I feel it's not enough.
Kupitia the tourism circuit inaweza pia kusababisha ile value, the conservation value ya ambayo iko within Taita Taveta iweze kuhifadhiwa kwa ubora zaidi, kwa sababu sustainable tourism inafungua opportunities for economic growth.
In any project, from where I sit even as a programs manager, is the sustainability aspect, because you wouldn't want to start a project now and then again in future then the project collapse. Already we've seen sustainability aspects in terms of the adoption. I did talk that some community members have adopted the acreage in terms of cultivating sisal, and right now we're looking at least 72 acres of sisal being adopted.
Looking into the future of how that looks like, we do not want to say we are stopping here. Our main thing is to create a movement. So when people feel they are valued, when people see the value of wildlife, they will definitely be willing to conserve even more. We do not want to dictate what would work for them. We are here to listen what would work, and then now see how best to support them to actually actualize them. One thing that I haven't said, when we talk about the ranches and conservancies within Taita Taveta, they are owned by the people. They are not owned by individuals